Hey guys, my name is Lacey, and I am a student at Visual Music College in Chicago, and I'm sitting down with Jess Ray. You were also at that singer-songwriter workshop that we had.
Yeah.
That was the first time I had heard of you, and then also too when you played Runaway, I was telling my friend Annette, I was like weeping. I was so good.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I love doing that to people.
Get the guitar out. No. One thing I wanted to ask you about, you talked about like your love for the production side.
Yeah.
And that's like, again, like when we kind of see this new artist that's emerging right now, which is this idea of like, okay, maybe you're putting your music out for free, you're writing your music, you're performing it, maybe you're also producing it now.
Right.
It's very much this do-it-yourself industry that we kind of see
Yeah.
music becoming. So I was wondering if you can talk a little bit about marrying this idea of like the production and the performance together.
Well, yeah, I early on noticed that probably I was 15, 16 years old when I did my first album with a band, and early on I was so involved in like, what it sounded like, all the instruments, the way the drums, bass, guitars were arranged, piano, how the vocals felt, kind of what sound we were going for, all of that. I noticed early on I had a taste for that kind of thing and an interest in that kind of thing. And then, at that exact same time, GarageBand came along, and all this like recording equipment that you can get for like a couple $100 and really make decent sounding stuff. And so, I mean, the whole game is changing and has been for about like 10 to 15 years. And so I think it's an awesome time to kind of, for anyone who's interested in it, man, if it's like you just literally do not care about, the arrangement of stuff and that kind of thing, find someone who does that you trust and just like, here's my song, and your thing is songwriting, and you really don't want to produce it, that's totally fine too. But I think that we're in a day and age where it's like we can all get way more involved, because it's not thousands and thousands of dollars and all this expertise that keeps you from creating what you want to create. The gap is so much smaller. It's just a matter of hard work, good songs, and investing a lot of time in it. And so I kind of think it's a cool time to be a musician, because like it's just like who's gonna create something new with what we have, who's gonna work hard, and who's like anybody can basically do it. And so it makes it so it's like kind of flooded, but at the same time like everyone's excited and wants good music, and you can reach people with it like really quickly, whereas we don't need big record companies anymore. We can just put it on the internet, and if it's really good and inspiring, then like people will stop and listen to it, and they'll share it and whatever. So like it's a really fun time to be a musician, and I think more and more people can kind of stretch whatever production gift or interest they might have. And I honestly think a lot of musicians, artists, especially singer-songwriters, who would have normally just kind of written the songs and turned them over to somebody else, I actually think that a lot of people have better taste for production than they realize they do. An artist speaking further in as much as they can into the way that the song is going to end up getting developed is actually, I think more people are gifted in that way than they realize. So yeah, it's kind of, I encourage that in my friends, and like, so it's a fun day and age, I think, to make
it's
music.
exciting. I think for me, being a student the last few years at Visible, that's something that I've been like just like reaping the benefits of it, because we have those production students there, and then you have the songwriting students, and then you have like the voice students. So like you just have these people to pull from. And I think for me, what it really showed me, for sometimes when I write some songs, like I really realized, I have no idea when it comes to production, like what I want this to sound like. In my mind, it's just me and my guitar. And I think like having that community and that creativity around, it's just been so awesome to see like, man, the sky's the limit. Like this song that I thought was going to be a rock song is actually turning into like a super like folk song, like Front Porch, like, we're like pulling out banjos, like what's going on? But I love it. Like the creativity is just bursting. That's great.
And I think, like what you're saying, the other thing that's so cool about this day and age is it's just not about the solo artist. It's not about like the diva and the rock star and the the like all about me kind of thing. Like we're in a day and age, I think, where there's more and more music communities that are popping up that, like instead of it being competitive, it's, you celebrate each other, and you realize that everybody has their own voice. Like something that Taylor and I like love talking about is a quote from Brendan Manning that says every person is like their own word that God spoke. Like every person is a different word that God spoke into the universe. Every person has their own voice, their own purpose, you know, whatever. And so it's like so much better when it's not this scarcity mentality that says like, either I'm going to get the spotlight or you're going to get the spotlight, or I'm going to have the song or you're going to have the song. And so it's this scarcity kind of like, you know, we can't have two good drummers around each other because, you know, he's going to get the gigs or I'm going to get the gigs. There's not going to be enough gigs for both of us. But just this whole other mentality that we're starting to live in that's just like, no, there's no scarcity here. Like, it's just like, there's plenty of good music to be made. Every single person has their own voice. Like, yeah, just killing all that gross comparison stuff, and just like living in freedom of like supporting each other and that kind of thing. So to me, that's the other like thing I'm most pumped about, is that first it's easy to make music. Like the technology is there, accessibility, everything. And then like the days of just like doing it on your own and it all being about yourself, to me are like shifting to like these, communities, community-centered art and music making. So anyway.
I want to go to these places.
You're in one.
What? Well, that's right. Visible Music College. I've been talking with Jess Ray. She's an awesome singer-songwriter. You should check out her album, Pull the Stars from the Sky. It's on all the things, right?
Yep.
YouTube, Facebook.
Noise Trade for free. It's on Spotify and iTunes.
We're endorsed. No, we're not. Thanks for talking with us. It's been awesome.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.